We have another horrific disaster that I want to talk about. Natural disaster there. You've got thousands are feared dead. There's well over 10,000 that are missing in the eastern part of Libya along the coast. Major storm came through. This is a storm that, did damage in Greece. It did damage in Turkey, in Bulgaria as well. And if you actually go online, you can take a look at the devastation in some of the pictures. It's like Maui to the umpteenth degree, or like Katrina, if you want to actually think of it that way. Except the one thing, it's Libya. And, it's interesting. We're going to get the narrative out there. This is going to be pushed. It's going to be taken by all of the major networks, guaranteed. They're going to blame this storm, and they're going to blame the death toll, and they'll probably utilize this death toll, and they'll attribute it to death by climate change is what they'll say. All these deaths are due to climate change. No. Again, storms happen, natural disasters happen, and people are going to be hurt, and they're going to be affected by these things, even in countries like ours, wealthy countries like ours. However, you're dealing with a country right now that has, it's been ripped apart. Okay. It's been ripped apart by we the people here in the United States, the UK, France, all of the wizards are smart that thought it'd be a great idea to take out Gaddafi. Now, Gaddafi has always been it was always a pain in the ass, and we all know this. And, again, there's some ties to him, possibly Lockerbie, Scotland. I don't know. Okay. What I do know right now is that Libya had the highest GDP per capita, gross domestic product per capita, for their citizens in all of Africa. So they're basically we're the wealthiest country in Africa as far as GDP per capita was concerned. Gaddafi, during the war on terror, Bush's war on terror, basically said, "Hey, that's it. Don't mess with us. We're gonna any weapons that we have, anything that might be considered a weapon of mass destruction, they gave them up at that point in time. For whatever reason it may be, okay, the Obama administration, UK government, French government at the time felt the need that we needed to take out Gaddafi and wreck that country completely, which we've managed to do. Right now, the area that has been hit, it has nothing to do with the UN-backed government in Tripoli. They've got some sort of warlord at that area, and working with the Russians at that point in time. And again, do you think that there's been any investment in infrastructure there at all? And here, this is from the Journal today. Years of political instability, corruption, and war have led to the neglect of key state institutions such as hospitals, sanitation, rescue teams that are needed to help a disaster response. Again, you are getting some response, from the Turkish government sending people over, and we're trying to facilitate what we can do to help. But again, I remember Colin Powell, talking about, and he was kind of, I think, kind of disgusted at obviously what had happened. Again, I think that he probably, felt somewhat responsible. He was the one that went to the United Nations with that little vial of, I don't know, what was supposed to be some sort of component to weapons of mass destruction. I don't know, it looked like white dust. I don't know, it had yellow. I don't know what it was, but it was basically saying, hey, unless we go into Iraq, all these terrible things are going to happen. And then after the fact, he came up and he called it his pottery barn. And I'm paraphrasing, his pottery barn principles, where kind of you break it, you bought it. And that was the reasoning why he was defending the Bush administration and our continued involvement in Iraq. Well, we broke Libya, and got nothing there at this point. Again, they got open air slave markets that exist in that country at this point in time. And again, this is just, again, you go online, take a look at the devastation, take a look at what's going place. And it's sad. It really is. People definitely need some help and some prayers. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.